The second episode of The Last of Us is out, and this episode continues to follow the script of the video game phenomenon. But how is this episode different from the game? Do we get more background information on how the pandemic started? And what's in store for us going forward? If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on all new reviews I put out weekly here at Off the Cover. And without further ado, on to the video. The second episode of The Last of Us gives us yet another cold open that further displays Neil Druckmann's desire to expand the world beyond the original video game. Although not essential to the main story, it offers some compelling information about how the fungus infects people, as well as some new context to expand the universe beyond the game. In the open, we are thrown back to 2003 in Indonesia with Professor Ratna in a scene filled with quiet suspense ending with the loudest suggestion, the bombing of the entire city. A detail that comes up later in the episode as Joel and Tess make their way through a bombed-out Boston. The acting continues to be top-notch, especially out of Pedro Pascal. For me, Bella Ramsey doesn't really work as Ellie. She delivers her lines just fine, but I don't know, she doesn't seem to capture the essence of the character in my opinion. I guess that's my only gripe about the show thus far. The character seems independent and resourceful up to a point. There still isn't much chemistry between Ellie and Joel, which wasn't the case in the game at this point. If anything, it's more Tess who takes more of a caretaker role with Ellie, teaching her about life outside the QZ. Anna Torv is absolutely fantastic throughout, displaying warmth beneath a scarred surface. She and Pedro Pascal did a great job crafting a tangible, believable relationship in a relatively short amount of screen time. Both of them display tough exteriors, but are also able to show trust and fondness for each other. The set design continues to be one of the show's high points, although I found some of it to be too clearly CGI, which sort of ruins the moments. Regardless of the CGI quality, you can really see nature's reclamation of every building and car in sight. It reminds me of the documentary show from a while back, Life After People, which showed just how quickly Earth would be reclaimed by nature and the natural order of things. During one scene, we see a mass gathering of infected people seen from above the museum. Tess's explanation of how they operate as one organism is truly terrifying, only adding to the mythos of the show and the game's universe. A group of that size is a terrifying prospect, but sometimes just a single mutated zombie can instill much stronger fear. In this episode, we're introduced to our first clicker, the echolocating breed of infected, whose chattering voice is the last thing heard by most who encounter it. I remember they were the most fear-inducing enemies in the game, and one which made me rage quit a few times. In the show, they're every bit the same horror to look at, with their deformed fungal heads contrasting against what remains of their human body. The clickers are strongly reminiscent of Jurassic Park's velociraptors, stalking the museum looking for their next victim. Although it's not my first time encountering a clicker, this scene is every bit as tense as that of the game. Sound is used brilliantly throughout the episode. Distant screams, anything resembling a clicking noise, and even a frog hopping on a piano key possess the ability to put the audience on edge. The score is used sparingly throughout the episode, but to great effect to intensify an already heart-stopping atmosphere. The end of the episode gives Tess one of the most memorable screen departures in quite some time. Even if it doesn't quite pack the same gut punch as it did in the game, since we've spent far less time with Tess than in the game, it's undoubtedly more horrific. The nasty kiss of death pretty much validates Druckmann's creative choice to opt for tendrils over spores as the way the fungus spreads. It reminds me of the xenomorph in the Alien franchise, which is probably what inspired the change from the game. The second episode of this, thus far, fantastic series opens up the horrors of its world for everyone to see. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey continue to grow into their characters, which Anna Torv gives Tess a standout end to her short but nice story. A fantastic blend of edge-of-your-seat tension, memorable character moments, and engaging backstory, the episode carries on the momentum of the premiere to great effect, all while making sure you won't want to touch or eat mushrooms for weeks. So far, I'm recommending everyone watch this great series, which is off to a great start. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more great content.